Hello, group host. Hey, what a great message this week by Pastor Nate in this Moving Mountain series. This week was on a symphony of prayer. It's all based out of Matthew 18 through 20, where Jesus talks to us about if two of us agree on earth regarding anything that we shall ask, it will be done for us by our Father in heaven. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. And so one of the key points, there were several, but one of the key points of Pastor Nate's message was this power of agreement. And in fact, the Greek word is the word symphonio. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but it's where we get our English word for symphony. And that in the same way that there's beauty in a symphony playing a masterpiece, there is that same quality of beauty when believers are praying together in agreement. And so we kind of built a lot of the sermon discussion guide around this concept. So just to start off, we have an icebreaker there. What is one way that your life has been snow globed in this season of quarantine? So just giving people a chance to talk about maybe some of the humorous things that we've experienced in this unique season that's been like no other. But then we want to jump into reading that verse, Matthew 18 through 20. And we want to ask, what does this passage say to us about answered prayer? And just give people a chance to kind of make some observational comments about that. And then we have the interpretation question, which is where if you're on Zoom, there is a video that you can watch together where Pastor Nate goes into the whole explanation and the whole illustration of the symphony of prayer. And then we have a question there which says, in your own words, how is praying together like an orchestra playing in harmony? And so we want people to explore that and kind of put that into their own words and think about that. And the life application, we do this sometimes, is we put three questions down there, but it's all really one question. I would recommend you read this all as one question, and people can kind of answer it as they feel led. So how do you personally listen to the voice of the conductor, Jesus, and follow his lead? How do you personally experience the Holy Spirit, aka the Spirit of Christ? And in what ways does he communicate with you? So people might answer several aspects of those questions. They might answer one aspect, and that's okay. We just want to give people a couple ideas on a way to talk about that concept for them personally. There's an optional question in there too, if you have time and you feel the grace for it. Just as one plow horse can pull 9,000 pounds, it can pull 30,000 when it has a partner. How can we increase the horsepower of our prayers? So it's a great way to kind of cast vision for the group's potential to move mountains in prayer together. And then you want to gather prayer requests and close in prayer at that point. Now, for in-person groups, we have an additional section in there on Romans 8:26 and 27, which talks about how we still need, the Holy Spirit can help us to be in harmony. And so what I would recommend is if you want to add that section in, is use this in replacement of the life application section in the previous point that we just covered. So do the observation question, do the interpretation question, and then go in and read Romans 8:26 and 27 and do these questions. There's actually a little bit of overlap between some of these questions and the life application question in the previous section. So that's for the in-person meetings. If you want to add a little bit more to it, you can use some of those questions there as well. So again, it was a powerful message. I think this is a great topic to talk about, because the ability to apply this message really happens in a connect group. That we want people to have a vision for that prayer time at the end of each meeting, where we're sharing prayer requests and praying for each other. And that even if I'm not the one leading out in prayer, if I'm agreeing with that person leading out, and if I'm agreeing with someone who has a prayer request, there's a power there. There is a heavenly symphony at work in the spiritual realm that's going to unleash the beauty of heaven in the earth. And so really we want people to catch this, obviously as a theological concept that's applicable in many different environments, but we definitely want them to catch it in the context of the Connect Group experience. So I'm praying that's what this sermon discussion guide helps with today. So again, thank you for being a part of this. Hope this is helpful. Have a great week. God bless.